What if Leon Edwards never landed that massive headshot dead head kick against Kamaru Usman for the welterweight title? What would have happened? I'm gonna break it down for you today. Welcome back to the Kiki MMA channel. This will be an episode that comes out at some point in time. I'm recording this on July 12th, so we'll see. My best performing video so far was the what if video about Shavkat Rakhmonov if the fight versus Bilal happened. Not if he hadn't gotten hurt, but the fight versus Bilal happened. Very important difference. Okay, so today we'll be looking at the same division, so the video won't be a whole ton different, but today it will be very interesting. Let's get right into it. Okay, so if that head kick does not land, Kamaru Usman wins that fight. That's our assumption we're operating under, and that's how we're gonna proceed today. So Kamaru Usman is still the welterweight champ, and we never get the second Leon fight. I think Usman probably takes off a little bit more time. I mean, if we look at, I think Bilal probably gets the next title shot, if we're being honest. I mean, the welterweight rankings at the time of Usman versus Leon 3 were very competitive. I mean, obviously Usman was still number one, and I think we're going to go the direction that Bilal gets the next shot. I think they move it up. Actually, oh yeah, because they won't give it to Colby again. So I think Bilal Muhammad gets the next shot. They could have given it to Hamzat, but I think Hamzat wouldn't. I don't know. I forget the exact timeline, but I think that at this point, I think we're under the assumption that I think Bilal maybe fights Colby instead. I don't know. This is a weird timeline. It's a little bit weird. I think let's get to the point where we say Bilal and Usman had beef from their podcast incident. So let's say Usman fights Bilal. I think Usman handles Bilal pretty easily. I don't think Bilal ever does anything. So in this universe, we actually never get Bilal Muhammad as champion, which is just a much better world we live in. I know not everyone likes Kamaru Usman, but he would have been number one for pound. He was so good. I think he beats Bilal pretty easily. I mean, what does Bilal do to him? He can't wrestle him. He's not going to outstrike him. Easy win for Kamaru Usman. I don't want to repeat too much content from the last video, so I think we keep on going. And I think after Bilal, so I think this puts us about at I would say around like late 2023. I mean, Colby's still up there. I wonder who Colby fights. That's the interesting part. I think we're never going to get a Kamaru versus Colby 3. Maybe we get, I think maybe then we get Leon Colby as like a title eliminator type thing. And I think that Leon wins that fight. I mean, we saw it happen. Leon wins that fight. So I think Leon would still be up there, but Leon's never getting another title shot. So I think we get a title eliminator of like early 2024. We might get, I think Hamzat tries to come down to 170 and fight Kamaru. But I think weirdly, I think that happens. I'm gonna go with that. I think we get Kamaru Usman versus Hamzat for the belt at 170. I think that the fight with Nate Diaz and eventually Kevin Holland never happens because why would it? I think that the title picture will be very messed up if that fight kept on happening. So I think they just give Hamzat the title shot. It's a big hype event, but I believe that at 170 pounds with Usman on a full camp, this is non-headshot dead Usman, he wins that fight. And I don't think it's close. I don't over 5 rounds too. I don't think people understand. I watched one of the first actually big UFC fights I watched. I thought Kamaru Usman won that fight. It was not a draw. Kamaru Usman won that first round was not 10-8. Kamala did not come anywhere close. Kamala did not do enough damage to earn 10-8. First round, round one, 10-9 Chimaev. Usman won round two and three. Argue with the wall. It's based off damage. Kamala Chimaev just had a little bit of control time in round three. That's it. That's all he did. Didn't land anything that crazy. So I think Kamaru Usman defends his belt against Hamzat Chimaev. And then I think we get an interesting situation where I think this is by far the most interesting fight of this title reign. Kamaru Usman versus Shavkat Rakhmonov. I think we get this fight. I don't know exactly when it is or who Shavkat's beaten, but like if you look at the welterweight ranks on this time, Gilbert Burns is on his way out. Wonderboy Thompson never going to do anything. Bilal is already lost in this case. Hamzat's lost. Colby and Leon are fighting. Whatever. Neither of them are ever getting a shot again because both of them have lost twice to Usman at this point. And then if we slow down, the rankings are looking like Shavkat, Jeff Neal, which they probably fight in this universe too, Vicente Luque, Sean Brady, Neil Magny, Jack Della Maddalena. This is not a very stacked welterweight division. Obviously, you have guys like Morales and Prada coming up, but they don't get that high up for a long time. So we're still in this world where there's no really good title challengers. And I think that Shavkat would have fought one or two times by now and gotten a title shot. And I think this is where you can make the case. I think prime Shavkat, like healthy Shavkat, might be an older Usman. I think Usman would have been older by this point, like or like probably a year or two ago now. I think Usman would be older. He'd be slowing down. I mean, obviously, we saw him in the Buckley fight. Like, he did not look that good on the feet. I think Shavkat doesn't need to. I think Shavkat wins that fight. I don't know exactly how. He might knock him out. I just think that Shavkat would be too much for him. I think an older Usman wouldn't be able to handle it. And I think we get Shavkat as champion. And at this point, we're probably looking at challengers. Even if Usman wins that fight, whoever wins between Shavkat and Usman, I mean, JDM and Sean Brady are really your only challengers, and they're probably neither of them are that worthy at that point. And I think that both Usman and Shavkat beat Brady and JDM. So I think that Shavkat wins. And we get back to where we were at the last video. I think Shavkat Rakhmonov is probably one of the more unbeatable welterweights ever. And I'll go into this a little more definitely because I didn't go into a whole lot of depth in the last video. Islam Makhachev would have never, ever moved up if Shavkat was champion. That would have never happened. Islam would lose easily. It's like not that competitive a fight, I don't even think. Islam would be so much smaller than him, and Shavkat was so good on the ground and on the feet. Like, I don't think Islam can do anything. I think Islam stays at 155, and I don't know if we ever get Islam Ilya or if Islam tries to move up. Maybe like they try to get Shavkat to move up too. I don't know, but Islam was never taking the Shavkat fight, so I just want to put that out there. And I think that this what if isn't really a whole lot interesting because I think that Usman got fluked, and then he lost a very close decision against Leon the second time. But I think that Usman, if he never faces that head kick, probably doesn't lose for a while. And I'll get back to what I said already before I want to go into too much, but Shavkat's really good. I hope we get to see Shavkat again at a good form, Shavkat, because Ian Gary never doing anything to prime Usman, or even an older Usman that never gets knocked out. Ian, like none of these guys are ever doing anything to these guys. So that'll do it for today. A little, I don't know if I like that video as much as the other what if, but I like these what if videos. They do well. So that'll do it for today's video on the Kiki MMA channel. Please like and subscribe and comment whatever you want. And also, we have our first or we have another subscriber. If you see this video and you make it to this point, drop a comment with any video idea you want me to make, and I'll make it. That'll do it. See you guys.